So we're gonna grab 4 blocks and we're gonna start with a folding forward fold, setting them up, one in the bottom, one vertical, and then the other ones for right under your hands. And here on the top picture, I'm giving you options to lay like a pillow or a bolster right on top of a chair. Or you can do it just on top of a blanket. And we're going to be here for some really deep breathing. This is the first inversion, modified inversion. Your head is lower than your heart, and that opens up your lower back and your hamstrings. Another variation here is just placing your hands on 2 blocks. That all depends here on your flexibility, and that's why I'm giving you many options to try out. Just letting your breath organically flow in and out of your nose. And if your body is giving, you may interlace opposite hand to opposite elbow. And just letting the gravity of your neck and shoulders do the work of opening up. So many options. So play that video first, look through it, familiarize yourself with it, get the equipment, what you need, and then pick some of the options what suits you best. From here, we're gonna come into a flat back by straightening the arms and then bringing your hands behind your lower legs, folding in. Inhale, hands on lower legs or on blocks. Lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Hold onto the block or pulling your upper body in. One more. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Keep your knees slightly bent. Exhale, folding in. Move the blocks out of the way. We're going to come on hands and knees. And we're going to start here with cat-cow. Pull your belly in towards the spine. Tuck your chin into the chest. Inhale, release. I just like to mobilize and stretch the spine in between. Give the body enough time to open up. Press that floor away with all your might, letting that spine ripple, opening up here. And then we're going to go into what I call the yummy pose. It's just a freestyle, moving around, going with your breathing, letting the breath do all the work. You may even close your eyes and pause in one direction or stretch. Everybody does this a little bit different, so feel free here to adjust it according to your needs. It's one of those so feel-good poses. And then from here you also can come just back and forth in a kneeling dancing dog, curling your toes under. Just warming up and stretching the body a little bit more. And then grab one block here and come into a wide-legged child's pose. Open here your knees as wide as possible, letting your torso relax and sink low. And this is another form of an easier inversion we can do. Inversions are so good for our central nervous system. And here you can come in a regular down dog, but I decided to start up with having my hands on blocks. You can also put those blocks against the baseboards. And then just warm up here your legs a little bit, walking the dog or rolling onto all 10 toes, or just coming with your knees bent in a down dog. The reason for your hands on the blocks is giving you a deeper opening in your hamstrings and a deeper, longer stretch in your upper body. So inversion benefits are just amazing. Just to name a few, it lowers your blood pressure. It brings fresh oxygen into your brain. It helps with your skin health, eye health. As even, people say your hair will grow better if you do a lot of inversions. I don't know. My hair grows pretty fast anyways. But it's also very, very stress reducing, very healing, very gentle. And once you get past that, you feeling the rush of the blood into your head, it's just amazing. So see, now I move the blocks. You feel free to do what works for you. But even with starting the blocks under my hands, I felt like I could open up more. And as you're looking at the downward facing dog, you really see the inversion. You really see the slope, that your head is lower than your chest. So from here, we're going to come into a cross-legged position, and we're going to pamper that spine and those hips a little bit more. Go a few times in each direction, starting here with the base of your spine. Pull your belly in, let your breath freely flow. And then with just simple twisting here to the right, twisting over to the left. Nothing much to it, just a little movement in between our next pose. And then we're going to reach the arms up, cactus, just because they feel so good. And again, exhale, really stretch the chest to the ceiling. And then we're going to get a blanket. So you want to fold that blanket in fourth, so it has a, thicker, rounded part. And I'm have to turn it around here. Where the fold is, where it's nice and smooth, that's where your shoulders and your neck line up. So again, this is optional. You do not have to do this with the blanket. And you will see the little picture here pop up in a sec. But I'm demonstrating this here, how you can lay down, see, flushing the shoulder to the edge of the blanket. So your head is not cramped, your head is free. And I'm demonstrating here to going into the bridge pose without blocks, but to start up and help support your body, blocks are a good idea. So vertically put the block in between your feet and one in between your knees and press against it. And then rolling your shoulders under, relax your head, looking up at the ceiling, and just let the bridge pose open you up. The above picture, I'm demonstrating that with a chair. So you're moving really close to the chair, and then just resting here, your legs on the chair. Now I remove the block in between my knees, or getting a third block right under my lower back, so I can stay up a little longer in bridge pose. Again, it's an inversion. Your head is lower than your heart. And when we lay in poses like that, we can obviously stay in way longer when we're supporting ourselves. The picture on the top, I'm holding on to the feet of the chair. And again, the chair is on a mat, so it's not sliding or on a carpet. And I'm just straightening up my legs against a bolster. And you can stay in that version of a shoulder stand for a very long time. Again, this is just a demonstrating video. It's not full length. You stay in there as long as you feel comfortable. Or you do the bottom picture where you're bringing your hands in your lower back, bend your knees here freely, let your knees be bent. Or coming into more like a 45-degree shoulder stand. You may, point your toes, rotate your ankles, anything what feels good. Pick any of those versions where you feel comfortable and where you can stay at least for 10 to 15 breaths. That's when you start reaping the benefits, when you're breathing for a long, long time and staying in the pose for a while. Here again, I press the feet together or crossing my lower legs and just hanging forward. I'm giving you options here. So the beginner version stays in the 45-degree. And then in the top picture, you see I'm moving everything out of the way and I'm coming into a shoulder stand without any support from a blanket. I'm just walking my hands up my back, my spine. I'm starting here with a 45-degree angle and then work on straightening my legs the best I can. Bottom picture, I'm going already into a supported plow pose, just letting my legs coming onto a chair. Feel free to put a blanket on the chair seat. Hold onto the chair or keep your hands in your lower back. Again, 10 to 15 breaths for multiple benefits of lowering your blood pressure, nourishing your thyroid, your hormones. And then on the top picture, I always test with my toes how far am I actually away. So either just let your knees bend and fall them to the side, or coming with your feet onto your mat. Keep your hands behind you, or bring them to the side or above your head to hold onto your lower legs. Plow pose, again, very, very calming, very healing. Pick one of the versions what suits you best. Just let that breath flow in and out of your nose. Bringing your hands back onto your lower back to come out of it, bending your knees and slowly guiding your hands down your back carefully. And bringing your buttocks down, your feet down, and we're gonna go ready for fish pose. Both versions, the top one has no blanket, the other one has the blanket still. Coming and moving the palms under the buttocks, lift your chest, bring your shoulder blades together and rest the top of your head, the crown, onto the mat. And again, taking between 10 to 15 breaths. Now we're stretching the thyroid and bringing the fresh blood flow into the thyroid and hypothalamus, and that again helps with your hormones. So this one is a modified shoulder stand, headstand, prep. You do not have to do the whole headstand. You can totally opt out of that and just prepare, folding your hands, coming not so far with your elbows, and just resting your head, being here on your toes. And then you may, bend your knees a little bit. You see how I'm leaning here, my back against a bolster? And you can pop up onto the wall. My back is still under the bolster. That helps a lot. It can be a very sturdy pillow. And you can stay here, again, 10 to 15 breaths. And as you're getting stronger, and you are not putting too much pressure on your head, you can straighten up your legs and squeezing into the center, into the midline of your body. Stay here until you're strong enough. Building that strength often takes a while, and then maybe just pointing one leg, bringing the other one behind you and altering. And you're gonna see me here really struggling a little bit once I'm moving away from the wall. It's a lot of core strength. And you have to work your way up to that to stay long into that pose. So often I just let my feet be on the wall and stay there for 10 to 15 breaths. There's no need to be freestanding. Opt out of that. Just do it once you're ready. See, this is perfectly fine to stay right here. And come back down, stay here for a while, or just coming all the way down into either a wide-legged or narrow-legged child's pose. And once you're ready, just sit up nice and tall and turn your head a few times from side to side. And then we throw a cactus in here. And another one nice and open. And finishing this practice, I'm going to give you a couple versions of legs up on the wall. So you want to be really close with your buttocks against the baseboard or against the wall. Here I'm having a bolster under my upper back and still a neck roll, what I made out of the blanket right behind my neck. Grabbing perhaps an eye pillow. And you can stay in that inversion for as long as it feels comfortable to you. Straighten your arms out to the side and just let it be. Just letting your breath flow. As you can tell, your chest here is higher again as your head. So it's a modified version of an inversion. You can also move that blanket and have a deeper degree of your chest being lifted. That's why I say please watch that video first and pick some or one of the versions or two you like. On this one I'm scooching now that bolster all the way under my buttocks, close to the wall. So here my hips are nice and lifted and the blood can circulate through my lower abdomen to my organs and then flow from the heart into the head. I find that extremely restful to do. You can bring the soles of your feet together if you want a little bit more of a hip opening. Just breathing deeply in and out of your nose. If you stay in that for 10 minutes or cross your legs, you will do yourself a great service of an inversion. So pick any of those. They really, really work for you. You can also take a big bolster now and a little one, make it even higher. So to get into it, you want to be really close with your buttocks to the wall, and then you have to, scooch a little bit. That depends all on your flexibility, but just give it a try. Have some fun with this. And now my hips are really elevated. This is almost like the shoulder stand on the chair. So your hips are really pampered here, really nice and up, and the blood can flow out of your legs. So heaviness in your legs, sleeplessness. This is a wonderful way to do in the evening to ease into a deep night's rest. I thank you so much for practicing with me today. Subscribe to my channel. Press the like button. Please leave a comment so I know what else you want to see. Share my video with your friends and family. We want to get lots of subscribers. Let's stay connected. Be blessed. Have a fantastic rest of the day.